granddaughter was just like, it's almost like you see that the baton's being passed. And I tell kids, etc., so, you know, why don't you just call up your folks? You know, Dad, my dad told me this when I was young. He said, you know, Barry, believe it or not, about 80% of the people don't enjoy what they do. They do it because they want to put food and clothing, etc., etc. If they won the lottery, they probably wouldn't keep doing what they were doing. You know, and given that I would rather do this than engineering, I could sort of relate to that. But I tell them, I say, you know, call up your parents and say, hey, thanks for going to work every day. Thanks for getting us a place to live. You'd be surprised how much that means more to parents and grandparents than getting a PhD, becoming a medical doctor. It shows gratitude. Or thanking Father for giving up his, you know, having a family and becoming a priest. Even though that, you know, we have disagreements with priests and teachers, etc. And teachers, I found that early. You know, just saying, and not in a sappy way, say, hey, Mr. Johnson, thanks for teaching us algebra or whatever. You know, they'll probably have you drug tested because no one ever teaches them. No one ever says that to them. But I always tell, I took over the Boy Scouts. They asked me, my son's already an Eagle Scout and has graduated, so I told him, I will be your Scoutmaster as long as I'm making a difference in your life. So if I'm hearing from your parents, hey, Johnny came home and started doing the dishes without being asked. He's going, and I tell kids, you know, the best times in my life were when I went to daily Mass. No doubt. I mean, the spiritual, and the funny thing is, on adoration days, I have 6 or 7 in the morning, so I get up at 5:30. Normally I sleep till 7. I feel more rested on that day than I do the rest of the week. And that's I mean, it's not hard to believe, but that's what God tells us. But getting young people to do that is something that's really great. Okay, Christmas in April, we did that, and down in Calvert County, we actually have houses with no plumbing in it. Now, I don't know if you guys have that here, but our church was doing some, and I was like, wow, people still, I mean, they had an outhouse, no indoor plumbing. And doing that made me realize how lucky and blessed. I don't look at, oh, there's a guy who's got a 8,000 square foot house, and I've only got a 3,000 square foot house. I look at, there's the guy without plumbing. You know, boy, am I lucky. Every time I turn on the water, I go, you know, 2/3 of the people in the world don't have clean water. You know, or a third of them. You know, over, 2 billion people don't have clean water. You know, but again, if you're thinking I'm lucky to have things, Mother Teresa was once asked, why do you do what you're doing? You're not really successful. She was walking through the slums with this one reporter, and she had a great answer. She said, the Lord didn't call me to be successful. He called